Imagine a world without hip-hop. No breakdancing, no rap battles, no vibrant street art. Hard to imagine, isn't it? Hip-hop is more than just a genre. It is a cultural movement that has impacted fashion, language, and social issues across the globe. Understanding hip-hop not only deepens our appreciation, but helps us understand the profound impact on society. Over the course of the last few weeks, I've dedicated many hours to studying the hip-hop culture that I already have a profound interest for, but I've discovered the impact of DJ Kool Herc and the night in August of 1973 and how that night has played a very impactful role on the culture of hip-hop. Let's start with the night that music history changed forever, August 11th, 1973, at a Rec Room back-to-school party in the Bronx. On that night in the Bronx, a Jamaican immigrant, DJ Kool Herc, hosted a party aimed at raising money for his back-to-school supplies. Graham, the author of the Rec Room party where hip-hop was founded, stated, "This was more than just a gathering. It was a launch pad for a revolutionary musical genre." In a 2023 article by NPR titled 50 Years Ago, Teenagers Partied in the Bronx and Gave Rise to Hip-Hop, the article discussed how Kool Herc introduced innovative techniques that would become foundational to hip-hop. Using two turntables, he extended the breakbeat sections of songs, creating a continuous loop which captivated the audience. This groundbreaking method laid the groundwork for hip-hop as we know it today. Now that we've explored the techniques of DJ Kool Herc and his origins through the Bronx, let's dive into the cultural impact of hip-hop. Hip-hop has profoundly impacted music, from its innovative beats to raps and breakdancing. The beats and rhythms have crossed boundaries to shuffle over to genres like pop, electro, and even jazz. But the impact of hip-hop goes far beyond just music. It has given a voice to suppressed and marginalized communities in America that go unheard, but hip-hop gives them a platform to address their social issues and political issues that often are never heard by American public. The iconic Rolling Stone magazine notes that hip-hop has shaped fashion trends, introduced new slang, and inspired countless artists, becoming a global cultural phenomenon. Now that we've covered the cultural significance of hip-hop, let's go over the evolution of hip-hop in America throughout the recent decades. The evolution of hip-hop in America is a great tapestry, weaved with many different artists and many different sounds. It begins in 1970, of course, with DJ Kool Herc and his block party in the August of 1973. That's where we see the spark of hip-hop genuinely start. And then from this era, we see many pioneers who will leave their lasting impact on the culture. In the 1980s, hip-hop really starts to take off in America, with artists becoming mainstream, such as LL Cool J, Run DMC, and Salt-N-Pepa. They leave their impact with the emergence of breakdancing, graffiti art, and their iconic fashion statements. The number one hip-hop signature that I can think of for the 1980s was Salt-N-Pepa's Push It. Like we know, push it. That's what I think of when I think of 1980s hip-hop. And the 1990s is a very significant portion of the hip-hop culture. We see the rise of very well-known artists all throughout the globe. Tupac Shakur, Notorious B.I.G., we see Nas, we see these cultural icons come and go throughout the time of the 1990s. We see them build empires, we see the rise and fall. This period marks the East Coast-West Coast battle that still lives on to today in 2024. In the 2000s and 2010s, we see the rise of Eminem, Jay-Z, Kanye West, big hip-hop giants such as those. We see them come into power, and we see their cultural impact on today in 2024. We see how they've impacted the culture. We see that they use their lyricism and other elements from pop and electro music. We see how they weave those elements into their own music, creating modern-day hip-hop. Today in America, hip-hop is a cultural phenomenon. Everybody knows it. Everybody loves it. It's very well known. Even a few years ago, we saw hip-hop giants from the 90s and 2000s perform at the Super Bowl. Artists from all across the world contribute to the bleeding traditional sounds of hip-hop. The genre continues to innovate and improve, which is creating a long-lasting cultural expression. In summary, we've journeyed through DJ Kool Herc's back-to-school party in the Bronx in 1973. We talked about the rise and fall of hip-hop giants like Tupac Shakur and Biggie Smalls. We talked about Kendrick Lamar and Eminem and their rise through the 2000s and 2010s, and how all along that those giants have paved a way to today's hip-hop culture. As we reflect on hip-hop, let us make it clear that what began as a simple, vibrant rec room party in the Bronx with DJ Kool Herc has blossomed into a global movement for the better. As DJ Kool Herc once said, hip-hop is the voice of a generation. Let us remember that even humble beginnings can lead to extraordinary cultural revolutions. Thank you for listening today.